So we are back with the portfolio, and today we are going to be looking at the dividend income made by the portfolio for the month of September. Now this is just going to be 1 month, and my dividend income from month to month varies as different companies pay out dividends at different times of the year. I typically like to measure my dividend performance quarter after quarter to give a chance for all my holdings to pay out their dividend. However, it's kind of cool to see how much money you made on a month-to-month basis. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at here today. As far as the portfolio for the month of September, for the past month, we've made around a 6.5% return on the portfolio, which is great. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the dividends. So we're going to go to account history, and we'll just filter this by dividends only. So here's the month of September. Not too many stocks, but we do hope to grow this over time. And let's start things off on September 3rd. So we received a dividend on September 3rd from Intel, which is a semiconductor company, and they make the chips that go inside smartphones and computers. I really like this company, and we received 31 cents per share, owning 23 shares, for a total of $7.25. Now, Intel is a pretty big position in my portfolio that I am planning to lower down a little bit on. Regardless of that, $7.25, I'll take it. Coming up next, we have Cummins, which we received a dividend for on September 3rd, and they are a manufacturer of natural gas and diesel engines. They're one of the biggest players in that industry, and we received $1.31 per share, owning just 1 share of this company. And I do want to add more shares down the line, and hopefully we can build out a position in Cummins over time. So coming up on September 10th, we received a 95-cent dividend from Johnson & Johnson, which is a drug and healthcare products manufacturer. Again, they're one of the biggest players in that industry as well. And this is another position that I would like to build over time, a little bit of a bigger stake in Johnson & Johnson. Now, in September 12th, we received a dividend from 3M, which is a diversified materials company. They offer safety, medical products, automotive parts, and much more. They're probably one of the most diversified companies I own as far as industrials goes. And they paid out $1.44 per share, a total of $2.88 that we received, owning 2 shares of 3M. And that's another company that I would like to make a bigger position in over time. So next we have a dividend from NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a semiconductor company that makes computer chips and graphics cards similar to Intel, and they are also a player in the autonomous driving technology space, which is very, very interesting. We received 16 cents per share. We own 7 shares for a total of $1.12 received from NVIDIA. Now, this is a company that I have a little bit too high of a stake in my opinion, and I do want to reduce the amount of shares I have in NVIDIA over time. They actually pay, I think, the lowest dividend yield in my portfolio. So coming up here on September 27th, we received a dividend from Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is one of the largest investment banks in the world. They deal a lot with IPOs and a lot of investment banking, as well as some consumer products now, like the savings account from Marcus and the credit card, which is through Apple. So this is definitely an interesting company in the finance industry as far as an investment bank, and now kind of a commercial bank as well. We received a $2.50 dividend for my 2 shares. That's about $1.25 per share. And that's one of my favorite holdings in the finance sector. I really like Goldman Sachs and what they're doing as far as investment banking and consumer banking as well. And lastly, we received a dividend from the ETF SPHD. It's an ETF that tracks high dividend yield stocks, and they pay out a monthly dividend. So we received this on a monthly basis. And they paid out $3.19 for my 21 shares, which is great. This is an ETF that over time I am going to eliminate from my portfolio as I diversify more into different stocks. But for the time being, I am going to enjoy holding SPHD for its monthly dividends. So that was pretty much all the dividends. If we tally them up together, it's going to be $19.20, which is probably not that much, but I do plan to increase this number over time. And as long as my quarterly income increases from quarter to quarter, I know I'm doing something right. If it's decreasing quarter after quarter, then I'm doing something wrong. but hopefully our dividend income can continue to increase quarter after quarter. We received $19.20 this month. I hope to receive more dividend income in the future, and we'll see how that goes. That was the dividend income for my portfolio for the month of September, and thank you so much for watching.